Welcome to Buckets. My name is Matt Moore. I'm the senior NBA writer for the Action Network. This is your final Best Bets episode before the All-Star break for Thursday, February 12th in the association. We'll give you sides, props, totals, all the things to get you set for a tight 3-game slate that is not the best of slates. I did not know what they were thinking with how they said. I know that they were thinking they thought they were getting Giannis versus Shea, and instead they are not. And they thought they were getting the revenge game of Luka versus the Mavericks, but they are not. So we will still give you how to bet these games. And to do that, I've got Michael Fiddle, the maestro of the market, the captain of CLV, the guy who reads where the line is going to go and follows it. Is often ahead of it, like no one else. Fiddle, how you doing tonight?
So many bad beats for me tonight. It's been so frustrating. Like I actually had one of my best cards all season tonight. 25 bets tonight. It was the highest volume I've had in like 2 years betting the NBA, and I had unbelievable value going into this, but like some of the most ridiculous things, like in the Knicks game, Diawara hits a meaningless three as they're letting them dribble the clock out. He hits a three, the game goes over. The Celtics and Bulls score 15 points in the final 2 minutes in a blowout game, goes over. So many just things that irked me on tonight's slate. Cam Thomas, welcome to Milwaukee. What a game for him. What did he have? 34 points tonight. The last three were with 30 seconds left in the game and caused the game to go over for me, and what would have probably been an under for me right there. So some bad beats, but always looking to move on, grab some value on the next slate, and not react to extreme either way, good or bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 4-4 and come out with like a little tiny notch of profit, which I will take, honestly, given how the games are right now in the league. This is the week before the All-Star game. I hate because you just don't know who's checked out and who's checked in, who's doing what. It's also, this is why I've been railing on some of the tanking stuff is I have problems with it entirely outside of betting. Like, I just think that if we just remove betting entirely from it, it's in violation of the competitive spirit of sport. Like, the first priority in professional basketball is money. The second priority is winning. Like, that's what you do. And I don't care what you do before the game, but in game, you should try and win the game. And they are not. And it's a problem. Oh, nope. I am not going to get the, I'm going to lose a little bit because Nuggets.
Man, I have one tanking fix that I've thought of that I've heard of nowhere else. Can I throw it off you?
Yes, I just want to know that my Nuggets Grizzlies over pushed. So that's fun. Go ahead and hit me with your tanking solution.
So I think everyone's trying to throw out different scenarios, and some of them are good and they outwardly do curb tanking, but the problem with it is you're not going to get 10 owners that you need. It like there's going to be 8+ owners that veto this said scenario in any case. The one thing that I think might be fair and might pass is, what if there was like a 3-strike policy where the league deemed like, hey, you guys were intentionally tanking tonight, that's strike one. And if a lottery team gets 3 strikes, they just move to the end of the lottery. So if the Jazz are, resting players is okay. We actually have sort of rest rules, fines that have somewhat worked, player participation awards that have somewhat worked, and stuff like that. But what it's the blatant, hey, we're pulling you in the middle of the third quarter and you're not going to see the floor again. It's Will Hardy saying, I didn't even consider putting my guys back in. It's the Wizards not playing Sar and their best 4 players for a quarter and a half against the Brooklyn Nets. What if the NBA was like, hey, Wizards, that's strike one, cut it out. Hey, Jazz, you have 2 strikes right now for doing that in the fourth quarter twice. Cut it out. Like, if you want to sit Laurie or JJJ on the second night of back-to-backs, that's fine. If you want to rest them, that's fine. If you want to deem an injury, a small ankle sprain, going to be something that keeps you out for 6 weeks instead of 3 weeks, that's fine. The blatant disrespect for the league, the game, the fans, strike one. And if you get 3 strikes, you're 14th pick.
So I think the problem is that I think they're already doing this. I think they're having these conversations. I think one of the reasons that the Jazz played everybody tonight and absolutely annihilated the Sacramento Kings, who sat everybody, was like because the league sent a message, and the Jazz are just extremely frustrated at the league. The league fined Lauri Markkanen last year because he didn't play in a game when he was healthy, and so this is how Utah has responded. Utah is just like very pet. Danny Ainge is a very petty person, and like they are doing stuff that is just very petty. And to me, it's like all of this is ugly and nasty. And so I think that like this has already been kind of like I think they're having these conversations. I think they're calling teams and being like, "Come on, man! Like you can't do this." And then be like, "I can do whatever I want. It's my team, and we can do whatever we want because we have to win, and we are just trying to win a championship for our great fans." And like the league does not like these owners do not the owners. Adam Silver set a precedent that he works for the owners. Stern was always like, I mean, I work with the owners, but I'm the commissioner of the NBA. And Adam Silver, because he was the bulldog in the 2011 CBA negotiations, Adam Silver has always been like, I work for the board. I work for the board of governors. And along with that is like the teams are just like, yeah, we don't care what the league says. Yeah, we don't care. We're gonna do whatever we have to do to win. Like all we care about is what we have to do to win. That's it. We don't care about the health of the sport. Don't care about it. What's good for the fans? Don't care. I have to win, so I keep my job. That is all that matters. The only way to do this, I was talking to somebody in the league about this, and I said, what really matters? Like, what really would hurt them? And he said, the only thing that you can do is you have to shame the owners. That's the only way to do it. You have to fine them because it hurts the pocket. They don't care about the money, but they do care about the news that they got fined when they go to their country clubs and when they go to their VC meetings and when they go to their fancy parties. You have to put it into a situation where they are shamed. That's the only way to do it. This is the only thing that will spark action. And
these $100,000 fines for billionaires ain't doing much.
Yeah. And to your point, though, I think it does need to be a strike system where it's like and Simmons was talking about this on his pod, and he's absolutely right. And Nick Wright was talking about it, and he's absolutely right. It's just got to be like, Adam Silver just has to be like, I'm doing this. If you want to sue me, sue me. If you want the bad press, if you want to try and convince somebody that you're really trying to win, go for it.
It's like executive power of the presidency. Yeah. Like you get a new president there. He's like, I'm executive ordering like these 6 things.
Yes.
And the next person can wash them. But like these are going to be enacted immediately. And so I wish Silver could, maybe even for one season, hey, I'm executive powering this one rule for this season. And then you realize how much better the product gets and how much of the negative PR washes away. And it's like, oh, wait, maybe we should keep that rule for the foreseeable future.
Yep. So, it sucks that this is where we got into, but this is where we is, and we will try and make it through this slate as we do best bets for the Monday slate, or the Thursday slate in the association before All-Star break. By the way, tomorrow night we will have a live show, youtube.com/the Action Network and in your podcast feeds. Appreciate you guys joining us. Appreciate all your reviews and support. We will do that. It will be for the All-Star weekend. So you will have All-Star game bets, 3-point contest, whatever this dunk contest is, which is an abomination, which should not be mentioned. All of that will be found in our podcast episode on Thursday night. Fiddle, what's your 3-star bet of the night for Thursday?
The Milwaukee Bucks are traveling to the OKC Thunder. It is second leg of a back-to-back for both teams right before the break. I'm taking the under 216.5, available quite a few places right now. Jalen Williams, unfortunately, got hurt again today. After he makes his 2-game return from dealing with the lingering hand injuries and looks amazing and is saying that he feels great finally, that it's been like months and months and he finally feels really good in his hand. He might have like pulled a hamstring tonight. So soft tissue injury for J-Dub. I definitely think he is out tomorrow on the second leg of a back-to-back, and this line is going to drop, 214.5, 213.5. Obviously, the addition for Cam Thomas is going to spark some offense for the Milwaukee Bucks, but they do play at a slower pace. And so Cam Thomas is very much an isolation set up yourself type of player. Porter Jr., very similar in that manner. He had a triple-double tonight. Shout out KPJ, but he's also very isolation heavy. OKC is the perfect on-ball defenders and team defensive structure to help guard that. So I think slower pace, J-Dub out, the scoring efficiency will drop for Milwaukee, and this becomes a clear under spot that closes around 214.
I like it. So supporting trend here is the Bucks when they play a team that is an average under team, and the Thunder are 18-22 coming into the night. They're 22-18 to the under. When the Bucks play an under team, the under is 17-9, almost 66%. Because when you play teams that are not like the Bucks are a team where if it's easy, they score a lot. If it's not easy, like you mentioned, they don't. So I'm with you on this. In fact, play on the under. I might actually add this one as well to my card. The Bucks are also a team that goes under when they play slower than the opponent, and they do play slower than the Oklahoma City Thunder. For my 3-star bet, I'm going to go to Dallas and the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm grabbing the Mavericks here. They're 2-1 without Cooper Flagg this season. ATS. It's not exactly a killer sample size, but I can't really get to a spot where the Lakers should be favored by this much without Luka. With Austin Reeves, they're obviously still a lot better. And the Mavericks are now without, they don't have Anthony Davis and they don't have any of their players and they don't have Kyrie Irving and now they don't have Cooper Flagg. But Cooper Flagg's a rookie and doesn't really make a difference. And the Mavericks play hard every night and they tend to hold up with these teams when they face them. And that's kind of been the trend. I like playing the Mavericks whenever I like the Mavericks as dogs pretty much consistently. And I really like playing them when they are in a spot where they're grabbing more than a possession versus a team that isn't necessarily in a great spot. Lakers are not in a great spot. My model is absolutely just like underwater. They have a negative point differential. But the Lakers have a negative point differential, and they're 6.5 point favorites here. And I get it. Dallas is Dallas. I get it. But I feel like there's like a real opportunity here for them to hang within this number. I cannot get here. I make this 3.1. So I'm going to grab the Dallas Mavericks plus 6.5. Am I wrong on where market is going to lead this to?
Yeah, I don't mind grabbing Dallas with the points. My 2-star plays actually be Lakers money line, but I would wait on that and wait until you get probably a 7.5. If we look at market ratings for this, there's a 4-point gap between these two teams, and then home court advantage goes Lakers. That's 3.25 points Lakers. And then I think we're going to get a clean injury report for the Lakers tomorrow. Like I do think Ayton's going to play. We do have LeBron and Reeves and Marcus Smart off the injury report, so they're good to go. Ayton's really the one that hangs in the balance. Luka already out. That one's guaranteed. But I do think we'll get Ayton in, and this line will push to 7.5 clean. So I'm taking Lakers money line, anything 250 or better. And then I don't mind coming back. I mean, literally, if you get Mavericks plus 7.5, it's a positive middle between a 7.5 and a 250 on a money line. So I think we could both end up being right on this game. But I prefer right now in the overnights, I still prefer the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, I think they probably win this game, so it's probably on point here that, maybe I shouldn't be taking it if it's less than 2 possessions, if I don't think they can win the game. I wish that I had a better number on the over, because the over in games where Reeves plays is outrageously good, and it's just been consistently hitting, and I wanted to hit it, but I've got this pegged exactly at 233. And the problem is it's 233 and I don't have an adjustment on total for the player injury. So I don't have a way to like calculate what the offensive hit is to the Lakers for Luka being out. So I can't, and there may not be one, honestly, if I did the work on it, based off of how good the offense has been with Reeves on the floor. So I'm going to stay away from the total. I do lean heavily towards the over here. I feel like it's probably a good spot as well. All right, you talked about the Lakers as your money line pick on the -200. Do you want to give anything else on that, or do you want to switch to your 1-star?
We can switch to 1-star, but just quickly on Reeves, I think the pivot off the over for the game is Reeves over 27.5 PA. I think that'll end up being a good number and starting to emerge in prop market. But I think that'll end up being pretty good because I think he'll play 30 minutes. He played 29 and then had a night off, and now he's playing again. So he should be pretty much cleared of his minutes restriction and with a good usage rate. My 1-star, we're going fun one here, and it's objectively plus EV. LeBron James first basket 6-1. Fun sweat to start the game. Also a plus EV in market right now. LeBron is making the first basket for the Lakers in 20% of the games that he starts. So that's a 1 in 4 implied probability. Yes, I know it's 1 in 5, but that'd be plus 400 on an odds to make you break even, because if you hit 1 in 4, you return your money, and then if you hit 1 in 5, you return your money, and you hit a 4 to 1, and it ends up being a wash. So getting 6 to 1 is good. Then you add on the factor of Luka being out. I don't have the exact data to split up LeBron's stats without Luka in this market, but I would only assume his usage rate gets a little bit higher. And then you compare the teams and the tip-off rates. LA wins like 62, 63% of their tips. Dallas wins 41% of them. So if you're looking at this spot, it should be a Lakers win the tip and a higher usage for LeBron in the start of the game. The other place in the other direction that I would look, but I'm not. I'm going with LeBron 6 to 1 here, is Caleb Martin 14 to 1 for first basket. If I was going to choose anyone on the Maverick side, I would do the same thing, similar splits that say some value on Caleb Martin, and especially true without Cooper Flag. But I don't like to take two things in the same market because only one of them can win. So I'm de facto hedging right off the bat. So I'll choose LeBron, but if anyone wants the Maverick side, take Caleb Martin 14 to 1.
I love it when you give out first basket bets. It's like the least. It's like the bet I would expect the least from you. So I love it whenever you drop them. My 2-star bet, I'm going to take the Blazers Jazz over here. I projected up all the way up at 245. So this is the number 3 fastest offense versus the 7th fastest offense. Yes, the Jazz are probably sitting everybody. Yes, the Jazz are probably going to do some nonsense, but we'll see kind of who they play, and they may be enough in the first half or 3 quarters for us to get to the over. The Blazers are probably going to sit some guys going to the All-Star break on a back-to-back. Why are these games on a back-to-back? But even then, up and down style pace here. One of the things is that if you kind of look at the patterns of how these teams have played, not only is there the pace adjustment that I think you have to keep in mind, there's also that Portland has been absolutely insane in terms of their turnover rate. They are 30th in turnover rate. When the Jazz face a team that turns the ball over more than them, the over is 4-0 because Utah will absolutely have a baseline offense that is too high. The Jazz have a lot of shooters. Bryce Sensabaugh, I actually really like and is going to play no matter what. And he's going to put up threes. The Blazers will get to the line because the Jazz cannot defend. I think getting to the line, and even with Avdia out, I still think that's going to be the case because Utah is 28th in free throw rate. Plays into how Portland plays. Fast-paced game, a lot of fouls, a lot of threes. I think this is an over spot. I'll trust the model and go over on Portland, Utah, over 237. I'm also going to take the Bucks plus 12.5 versus the Thunder. I keep doing this, and I don't know why, Fiddle. I keep fading OKC because the downgrade from Shea should be so much that these teams should be able to, like, not just Shea, but Shea and AJ Mitchell. Now without Jalen Williams, I'm like, okay, surely, right? And yeah, the Bucks are on a back-to-back, but they pretty much have to play guys because they got to try and win these games to try and stay alive. Maybe they said everybody, maybe they don't, but I make this with the injury adjustment 7.5. That feels about maybe a 2 points too low. I would, like, if I manually adjusted it, I would probably put it at 9, like a 10-point game for the Oklahoma City Thunder without 2 of their 3 best players and 3 of their best 4, honestly, this season, and their 2 best on-ball players. Milwaukee gets a good win tonight. Maybe Milwaukee's turning a corner. I will go ahead and grab the 12.5 with Oklahoma City and hold on for dear life on this just 1-star sprinkle play.
Yeah, I mean, market's already swept up all the 14s, the 13s. Now we get 12.5. Probably a majority of that's probably the J-Dub injury, but we had some games without SGA, AJ, or J-Dub, and, like, you know, Rockets took them for one of their games. I forget who else, but yeah, the Thunder did not look good in that stretch. They don't have someone who could generate the offense. So that's kind of the reason why I like the under too. I like both of the plays. I considered the Bucks against the spread as a bet as well. So don't mind that one bit. And I also do agree with the Portland and Minnesota over, not to just agree on everything. I guess we're split on Lakers and Mavericks. But the Portland Trailblazers got washed today by the Minnesota Timberwolves. So they were sitting their guys for the last 7 minutes of the game. And you saw the Portland ATS line start steaming because they're like, oh, this is going to increase the chances that their guys play second night of a back-to-back. And someone like Robert Williams played tonight. He's not going tomorrow no matter what. So you will get a smaller, and maybe Denny plays on the second night of a back-to-back for this Portland team. The only player for Portland that played over 30 minutes was Toumani Camara, and he's an Energizer bunny who can do it again tomorrow as well.
Okay, that's going to do it for our best bets on the night. That's going to take us into the All-Star break. We'll have a full All-Star card for you tomorrow night. Make sure to tune in for that. Here's a look at our plays on the evening. Phil likes the Bucks Thunder under 216.5. I like that as well. The Lakers money line and LeBron James first basket. I like the Mavericks plus 6.5. The Jazz Blazers over 237, and the Bucks plus 12.5. God help me. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night for our All-Star episode. My thanks to David Payne, our producer. My thanks to Michael Fiddle for hanging on as I had to make my way back from Denver and Ball Arena, where I caught the first half of Nuggets Grizzlies tonight. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys enjoy the weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the All-Star episode. Till next time, let's get buckets.